get thumbs up, focus clear. Hey, it's Leah from the Culinary Underground live. Just confirming with my awesome son to make sure the picture is clear. The last few times we used our iPad and it does this like focus thing and it gets really fuzzy, and using the phone today, so hopefully everything stays nice and smooth as I make tiramisu. I am not a big dessert person. I drink my dessert in the form of wine or scotch or beer, but this is a dessert I can really get behind and I love it. Now this is my recipe. It is a very, I think, Italian recipe in that it uses the raw egg yolks and the raw egg whites, much like a mousse. But if you are a little apprehensive about eating raw egg whites, I will put a sort of, in the recipe I'll put in a little side note on how to do it with whipped cream, with heavy cream, instead of the egg whites. But the egg yolks, I absolutely think need to be used. You can always put your egg yolks over a pot of water, not touching, and whisk them with the sugar to bring them up to 110 degrees, and that will definitely cook them off a little bit without scrambling them. But for me, this is a recipe I like. I love it. It's still the recipe of Leah. I don't know if any Italians are going to come after me and tell me how wrong I am, but let's get started. So what I do have is I have 3 eggs. These are farm fresh eggs. You can absolutely use pasteurized eggs, which are safer. Again, this recipe is not meant for very small children or pregnant women or older people who have weakened immune systems. This is sort of like, you know, if you're healthy enough to eat some mousse, you're healthy enough to eat some of this tiramisu. So 3 egg yolks, 3 egg whites. I'm going to use my mixer and beat these egg whites until they are stiff like mountain peaks, and I'm going to show you that. Let's get started. All right, here we go. So if you do not want to use egg whites, these are 3. You could absolutely use about a half a cup. I'm going to add a little sugar to these. You could use a half a cup of heavy cream and whip it up into whipped cream. All right, and you're going to get the same nice little creamy sort of mix, but you're not going to get those stiff peaks. Oh, you could. Sorry for the noise. I don't know how everybody's doing, but today it's July 29th. Is it 29th? 30th. Oh my gosh, July 30th. We're here in northern Italy. It's hot, hot, hot. I think today's like 33 degrees, which is like 90. And 90 for Italian, northern Italy is very hot. It's one of our hottest days so far this year. Oh, sorry, not talking. So my kiddo sent me a note, don't talk while the machine's going on because we can't hear you. Sorry about that. It's hot today. It's like 33 degrees. It's supposed to be 36 maybe today or tomorrow, which is like 95, which is in North Italy, super hot, right? I got bread and cheese for dinner tonight. We're not turning on the oven. We're not turning on the stove. It's just too hot. All right, so what I have here are almost stiff peaks. These are kind of soft, medium to soft peaks, and I'm going to whip them up for just another second to get them nice and stiff and firm, and that's what we're looking for. Stiff peaks. Can't do that with soft peaks. My heart stops every time I do that too, just because it's going to be the one day that they slide out of my bowl. So firm egg whites. I'm just going to give these a little rinse. Now, if you choose to use pasteurized eggs with this recipe, they are going to take longer to firm up. You might have to add in a pinch of salt to get to this nice stiff peakness. That's okay. And if you like to pasteurize your eggs at home, it's not hard to do. Put your eggs in a pot of simmering water at 138 degrees for about 3 minutes, no more than 140. So definitely having a thermometer helps out. Again, the Culinary Underground is about building kitchen confidence and making things easy. If you can get your hands on organic, fresh eggs, and I know not everybody can, I understand that, great to do this way. If you are not crazy about the raw eggs, definitely use some cream instead of egg whites, like a whipped cream. Make your own whipped cream, and then beat the yolks over some heat just to cook them up a little bit. But again, to me, this is my favorite recipe. This is how I like to do it. I do have access to organic eggs here in the economy. They're a little more expensive, but I absolutely love this recipe. All right, so egg yolks. We put in 1 spoon of sugar into the whites. In Italy, they don't have teaspoons, tablespoons. It's just a spoon. So I'm going to put in like 1.5 spoons of sugar into my yolks, and I'm going to cream these out. I'm not going to talk during the process because you can't hear me. I do apologize for that. Here we go. I'm going to start off a little slower. Otherwise, I'm going to get yolk all over the place. Can you hear me? Yeah? What we're doing is incorporating air into these yolks. I'm starting off kind of slow, and I'm going to increase my speed. And what's going to happen is by incorporating the air, the yolk is going to lighten, thicken, and become really rich and creamy. So here we go. Okay, faster. Turbo. So sorry for the noise. All right, I'm going to stop for a second. You can see the egg yolks are starting to lighten up a little bit. It's perfect. We're getting some air in there. A little pot of some simmering water, not touching, you would be looking for this nice, thick, creamy consistency, right? Cooking that egg yolk will definitely help. Salmonella is found on the shell of the egg, but it doesn't hurt to use pasteurized eggs if you are worried about that. Again, as adults with functioning, normal healthy systems, we can eat raw eggs and we're going to be okay. It's small children, the elderly, pregnant women that you might not want to give a mousse to, or this version of tiramisu to. All right, I'm going to give it just another second. I do apologize. Tiramisu, but these are the two kind of main ingredients in mine, right? Nice, thick, firm egg whites, creamy egg yolks, sugar, and then I'm going to be submerging my savioardi, my ladyfingers, which are just these little biscuits. Here in Italy, they're all over the place. Maybe specialty Italian markets in the States. I just have some espresso that I made in my little mocha pot, which is my little mocha pot. I have put just a small bit of sugar in my coffee. It's cooled down now to room temperature. You want to work with cool, warm coffee. And the main ingredient is the mascarpone cheese. All right, it's an Italian cheese. It's a soft cheese. It's absolutely delicious. I love it. This is at room temperature into my room temperature eggs. All right, I'm going to blend one container before I blend the other. This is 500 grams total, which is about a pound of mascarpone cheese. Hey, Julie, good morning, friend. All right, so I'm going to put this on low. And one of the important things about my tiramisu and my recipe is you need to chill it for at least 6 hours. My Italian sister Carla, who makes a similar recipe, puts hers in the freezer for the night and then takes it out the next day and thaws it. And she says that that makes it better and safer to eat. I haven't looked into the science on that, so I can't say, but she hasn't gotten sick and she's doing great. All right. So that is one container of mascarpone. So this is gonna be a total of 1 pound of cheese, or 500 grams, which is 1.1 pounds. I don't know how they sell it in the markets. Maybe it's 16 ounces, it's a pound in the States. I haven't paid attention in the States. But it smells absolutely amazing. So you'll notice I did not put a lot of sugar in this. I have about a teaspoon, a spoon, like an American tablespoon, like you have in the drawer, full of sugar in with the yolks. I have a tablespoon in with the whites, and I have a tablespoon in with the coffee. The sugar, the biscuits on the ladyfingers have a little bit of sugar on them. I personally don't like very sweet desserts. Again, you may like sweeter desserts. So what I would recommend is if you are making this dish, take a clean spoon. If you're not scared, nothing to be scared of, and taste it. For me, this is perfectly sweet. It's delicious. I don't need to add any more sugar. But the American palate can go for a little more sweetness. I'm just going to cream this up a little bit more. I don't know if my friend Bobby is watching, but I'm going to bring her a tiramisu dessert later. She still wants one. I did make hers earlier. They are a little sweeter. I do have 2 more tiramisu desserts in these little aluminum containers. So if there's anybody else locally that would like to try my tiramisu, I would love to gift it to you. Just send me a message after the show, DM through the Culinary Underground, and let me bring you some tiramisu. All right? So, egg yolks, mascarpone, sugar. Done. Egg whites. Fold gently into the cream. I'm going to take about half of my whites here. And I don't want to break all this air, so I'm just going to gently mix them together. Get my little mixer out of the way. And while I was mixing earlier, I talked, but I guess nobody could hear me. It's hot here in Italy. We're reaching kind of like our record heat for the year so far. In American imperialistic system, it's like 95 degrees. The Italian is about 30, 33, 36 degrees. It's hot. It is a day to be inside. As I think about what I'm going to do for these shows each week, I sit around and I kind of like ponder, what's easy to make? What can I show you that's not going to make you run to the store for some weird, crazy ingredient? And I think so far I've kept it pretty simple with standard ingredients that you can find in your local market. But I am the Culinary Underground in Italy, and so I'm really excited because I wanted to make you a dish that is pretty Italian. Again, my recipe may be a little different from a local here, and please don't write me and be mean to me. Mi spiace. But I love this recipe. It's easy. The great thing about Italian food is its simplicity. Quality ingredients, prepared simply, or with time and love, just gives you like the best meal, finished product ever. I love Italian cuisine. It's great. I also love French cuisine. That's what I'm classically trained in. Love it. All right, so nice, creamy mixture. Again, after 6 hours in the fridge, totally okay to eat. I'm going to try it now because I want to see where I'm at. Oh my gosh. It is so creamy. It's so rich. It's so good. Let's build some tiramisu. We have chilled espresso. Now, you do need espresso for this dish. I don't know if the recipe will work if you make a regular pot of coffee and reduce it down. I can't say. Like I said, I like keeping these recipes easy. This is definitely one of the most complicated ones in the terms of ingredients that you can probably get readily available. I have my ladyfingers. I got lots of ladyfingers. All right, I know I'm super cheesy. And I've got a couple of pans here. This is going to be tiramisu for the home. I've made the extra tiramisus for my friend Bobby, who I love to death, who I'm hoping to bring one to, as well as anybody else who wants to try my tiramisu. I do have a couple other pans that I made with the gloves, with all the safety precautions. If you'd like to try it, send me a message, please. Does anybody want one? Yeah? Okay. All right, and then at the end, we are going to just sprinkle in some chocolate powder on the top. All right? Super simple. Eggs, sugar, ladyfingers, coffee, and cocoa powder. That's pretty pretty much it. So what I'm gonna do is put a little layer of my cream on the bottom. Now another reason this needs to sit for at least 6 hours is you want these ladyfingers, they're gonna soak up some of this coffee really quickly. We don't let them soak in there, we dip them. But as they sit, they're gonna absorb the flavor of that coffee, the flavors of the cream. So good. So good. I say so good a lot and I apologize. I need to expand my live Facebook video vocabulary. I get nervous. I don't know what to say. I'll watch this video when I'm done, maybe, and see every mistake I made. But, you know, I like doing this. It's my crack. Okay. Ladyfinger, quickly in the coffee. Sweet. Dipped into the coffee. And I'm going to just start layering them. The great thing about these ladyfingers, they're called savioardi in Italian, is they soak the coffee liquor up really good, or you could put liquor in here, I'm not doing it today. They soak up the liquid really well, but they're very easy to cut too. Alright. Now, hey Leah, I don't drink coffee, I don't want chocolate, how do I make strawberry tiramisu? Well, I will post that recipe as well. My strawberry tiramisu is a little more geared for an American palate. It does not have the raw egg whites. It has a little bit of 1 egg yolk whipped with the sugar, with the heavy cream, that nice and creamy, you know, whipped cream. And then what I do is I get some fresh or frozen strawberries and I just blend them with some sugar and water until they are of a consistency that you can dip a ladyfinger into and have it soak in the flavor. And then, let's see, yeah, fresh strawberries. So it's cream, strawberry juice soaked ladyfingers, and a little sliced strawberry, and then repeat the layers. So we have a layer of ladyfingers here. I have some gaps. So what I did was I just cut this ladyfinger in half, and you can see how quickly that soaks up. I'm just gonna stick that right into the corners. So, layer of cream, layer of ladyfingers. This is gonna be 2 layers of cake. Oh, hey, got 12 people watching. Hey, thanks for joining us. All right, for anybody who maybe hasn't watched before, I'm Leah. Started working in kitchens when I was 15. After the age of 30, I went to culinary school, came out as a sous chef, a head chef, did a stint as a food and beverage manager and a GM, and I've worked in restaurants for 28 years, but now I'm stationed here in northern Italy with my husband. He's stationed here in northern Italy. We're with him. And there are certain rules about what you can and can't do here, so I've taken it upon myself to start making some videos to help people maybe learn some basics in the kitchen that they maybe didn't have. With the lockdown, I think this is, you know, kind of important to maybe help people who weren't quite sure what to do in a kitchen, you know, help build some kitchen confidence. Most of the videos that we make are geared towards one pot, one pan, easy instruction. This, by far, I think is my most adventurous video yet. But I also do cook for some friends of mine. And we started putting our videos on YouTube, and, you know, as a chef, I can't wait to get back to the States and work professionally again. I'm super excited for that, but that's a few years out. So here I am. I don't know everything about food. I love food. I love what I do. It's a passion of mine. I've been doing it for a long, long, long time. If you have any questions, please throw them out, and I would love to answer them for you. If I don't know it, I'll look it up and find it for you. All right. Let's see. We're just soaking the rest of this second layer. I should move it so you can see everything. Oh, I should have cut that one. Okay, I'm cutting it a little late. I'm going to give it a little soak. There we go. That. Still make mistakes. All the time. Alright, so I'm going to kind of, one more layer. So, like I kind of mentioned, you could put some nice liqueur in this, a nice amaretto or some other type of coffee liqueur. I tend to make these at the moment for my clients who hold functions on the base, so I do not put any alcohol in them, just because people are sensitive to that, or can be. Alright, and again, these cut really easily, and they soak up that liquid really easily. Alright, so second layer in, Now for the top layer. And this is nice and creamy right now. It will firm up in the fridge. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. Do that for now. Clean my little fingers on my towel. Oh yeah. Beautiful tiramisu. I love you. Tiramisu. Tiramisu never breaks your heart. I'll tell you that right now. Tiramisu is always there when you need it. I'd say the same thing about wine and scotch, but that would sound really bad, so love for tiramisu. Keeping this a family show. Oh, tiramisu. I wonder if you can sing it to like Peggy Sue, Buddy Holly. Oh, okay, I'm not going to do that. I've already embarrassed myself enough, and that's okay. Alright. Voila! 2 layers of ladyfingers. A thin layer on the bottom of my beautiful egg yolk, egg white, mascarpone cream, coffee soaked ladyfingers, which are just amazing. Without coffee, they're really nice and light and airy. Once they soak, that coffee flavor just goes in and sinks into the bread, and it's gonna be like very cake-like after it sits for a little while. So the final touch is the powdered chocolate. So rather than dumping this over, I put it in a little sifter, or is that a little sifter, is that what it's called? Over a bowl, just to kind of catch the extra chocolate. And I'm just gently with my finger going to tap, 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 tap. Now I've seen tiramisu at restaurants that's like just nice and totally coated in the powder. Not a problem. I like a little less chocolate. Like I said, I don't really have a big sweet tooth with chocolate, but I do love dark chocolate, and that's what this is. Just chocolate powder. See how it comes out nice and heavy? A little sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. For my little basic, easy tiramisu. I'm just gonna leave a little bit of the edge there so you can kind of still see. Voila! Right? Do you should go crazy and go more chocolate, or is that good, you think? It's good? The kiddo says it's good. So, that's it. That's my tiramisu. This is going to go into the fridge for about 6 hours. It's absolutely delicious. I'm gonna take a bite right now just so you can see what it's gonna look like. But again, it's gonna be soft. It's not firmed up yet. 3 eggs separated. Maybe a total of a 2/3 cup of sugar, or maybe almost half a cup of sugar separated. About a cup, a good coffee cup size of American coffee, but espresso. I'm talking about volume. Definitely espresso. You could put alcohol in there if you'd like, Bailey's or amaretto, something like that. Ladyfingers, powdered chocolate. That's it. Taking a clean spoon. This is family tiramisu. Like I said, I do have those other tiramisus. The kiddo says that there are people out there who want to try it, so I will be in contact in order. I do have 2 extras, 2, to give away. So I'll make contact and I'll deliver those to you. They're in the freezer right now, getting nice and cold and firm. Let me just give this a little taste. Again, this does need to sit, but soft, creamy. So good. I do not like sweets, but I love this dish. It's amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, recipes from here on out will tend to be more one pot, one pan, really easy, accessible ingredients. I do not want to be the crazy lady that makes the recipe that you have to go to 5 different stores to get food for. So next week, I don't know what we're doing. We'll do something fun. We're going to start posting some more how-to basic videos onto YouTube. Kiddo will be going back to school in a couple weeks. Hubby's home today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great, great, great day. Stay cool. Don't turn on the oven if you don't need to, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Ciao.